All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're tackling a mystery that I think we can all relate to. Why does our money just vanish? Before the next paycheck even hits. Turns out, the answer is usually hiding in plain sight, in this constant battle between what we need and what we want.
Seriously, right? 1 minute, you check your account, you're feeling pretty good. The next thing you know, it's basically on life support. If that sounds painfully familiar, you're going to want to stick around, because we're about to crack the code on your disappearing cash.
So what's the big secret behind this vanishing act? Well, it's actually super simple. The whole problem, the real root of it, is that we get mixed up. We start confusing the things we absolutely need to live with the things we just, kind of want to have.
So let's really break this down. Because once you master this one simple rule, you're on the fast track to taking back control of your finances. You can forget all those complicated spreadsheets for a minute. This is just about being real with yourself about where your money is actually going.
Okay, let's get specific. Your needs. These are the non-negotiables. We're talking rent, bills, basic food to live. Without them, your life pretty much goes into low battery mode. And then you've got your wants. These are the fun things, the extras, that make life a little less boring, but you can totally survive without.
Let's look at some real-world examples here. Rent? That's a need. Your Netflix subscription? That's a want. Basic groceries to make meals at home? That's a need. That fancy coffee you grab on your way to work? Definitely a want. You see the pattern here? They're both part of life, sure, but only one of those columns is actually essential.
Okay, so let's make this super practical. Let's imagine you've got $500. Just watch how fast that cash can disappear when that line between what you need and what you want starts to get all blurry.
Now check out this breakdown. So you use $200 to cover your needs. Great. You spend $150 on wants, and you even put $50 into savings. Awesome. But what about that last $100? It's just gone. Poof. That right there is the danger zone. That's the financial black hole of untracked spending and those little impulse buys.
And here it is. This is the heart of the whole thing. The trouble really starts the moment you begin treating your wants as if they are needs. When Pizza Friday feels just as urgent as paying your rent, that is a guaranteed recipe for staring at your bank account going, bro, where did all my money go?
But hey, listen, this isn't just about you making a mistake. It's not a personal failure. A lot of the time, it's just a symptom of a much bigger problem, and that's the huge gap we have in financial education. The honest truth is, most of us were just never taught how to handle money.
And look, financial education, it's not some complicated economic theory. It's actually really simple. It's knowing where your money comes from and, way more importantly, where it's going. It's about budgeting, saving, and learning how to resist that impulse to click Add to Cart, because we all know that button is a certified budget killer.
So, we figured out the why. But what do we actually do about it? Don't worry, the solution isn't nearly as complicated as you might think. Here's a super simple, totally doable plan to get you started on the right path.
Okay, here's the pro tip. It's just 3 steps. First, label everything. I mean every single thing you buy, you tag it, need or want. Second, you have to see it. Just doing that first step forces you to see the cold, hard truth of your spending habits. And third, you gain control. Once you start labeling things, you'll naturally start to pause and think twice before making those impulse buys.
At the end of the day, all of this really comes down to one thing: a shift in your mindset. It's about going from being a passenger in your own financial life to getting firmly in the driver's seat and making conscious choices about where every single dollar goes.
It is so easy to blame our financial stress on a small paycheck, but the real game changer is realizing this. A lot of the time, this isn't a salary issue, it's a control issue. And understanding that puts all the power right back into your hands. So I want to leave you with a little challenge. As you go through your week, just look at your spending and ask yourself, what's the very first want that I'm going to consciously label? Because just naming it, well, that's your first real step to taking back control.